Live? Okay. Good evening. It's Friday, January 24th. You're watching the Convergence Report. I'm Mike Thomas, live streamed by Knoxstrom Digital Media for XC's TV right here at the Downtown Windsor Business Accelerator. Tonight on the Convergence Report, it's going to be a little bit of what I call NAIS News, or the North American International Auto Show. A little news on what was happening there throughout the week and last week with the press preview. Facebook Karma, of course. We have to take a look at Facebook Karma. And Bobble Robble is at it again. If we could just do show after show, and same as John Daly and Stephen Colbert and Rick Mercer and the whole gang. He just gives you so much content. It's unbelievable. And I can't wait to unveil my senator cards that I picked up in the mail. These are one of a kind, and we're going to talk about that a little bit also. So, you are watching the Convergence Report on Friday, January 24th. I will be back. Okay, right back to get right into it with Facebook Karma, NAIS, and a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, see you in a minute.
You're watching XC's TV, streaming live from downtown Windsor for the Windsor Downtown Business Accelerator, and this is the Convergence Report with Mike Thomas. We'll be right back.
Okay, and we're back. You're watching the Convergence Report. I am Mike Thomas. We're back in the studio. We were live last week. And we didn't do a show kind of after that, live last week, right at the auto show at Cobo Center. We live streamed it, Alex. We popped it up as myself, Betty Goodell, Betty Nago, and Ashley Nicole. We all were there trying to give you the fast-paced, on-the-spot coverage is what we did. And and it's the viewers like you that keep us going. So if you could flip me over to YouTube on my next slide there, Alex, please. Okay, and this kind of went out on Twitter, and I really wanted to report on it this week, but I wanted just a reminder. Thank you to our viewers. Thank you if you're tuning in. Our views are really getting up there to 300, almost the 300 to 400 plus range. You know what? Which is fantastic. But we got 10,000 views total in our YouTube channel. This was last week again, and congrats too. And this was put out by Alejandro D'Armero, our Alex through Knoxstrom. Congrats to @WriterMiker, which is me on Twitter, @Betty Goodell, and @Electro Ash, I'm going to say NY New York. So you know what? She was big. All three of us, big part of getting out to that 10.5 views. Again, doing what we can to bring you the best local programming in the Windsor-Essex area. So that was a big kudos for us. As far as YouTube, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and keep checking us out. Check us out live, okay, and then go back and rerun or review your best and favorite parts, especially of the Convergence Report with Mike Thomas. Again, my next slide up there, Alex. We're going to talk a little bit about NAIS, okay, the North American International Auto Show. It is still happening. Okay, it's still happening. They're going to flash and dance and flash it out for the final weekend. They've done excellent so far through the first 5 days. Almost 415,000 people have attended, and it's slightly more than last year's figures, which it was a bounce back year last year. So and they're continuing the trend, which is beautiful. Yesterday's attendance was about 56.8, slightly lower than last year's gate, about 58. So they're right around. They're staying with the attendance, and don't forget. I was going to talk about the weather. Again, another polar vortex hitting us. So there's no doubt getting people out of the houses over to Cobo Center is a trick. And also, if you want to check it out, do some little research. That gaping hole in the middle of Jefferson Avenue certainly impedes traffic a bit. I was over in Detroit today, and trying to get back into the tunnel lanes were kind of difficult. A gaping sinkhole that first broke on the news, I think it was yesterday, the day before. So that also doesn't really help traffic into Cobo Center. So again, but still doing beautiful. They had 106,000 on the first opening day on Saturday the 18th, followed that up on Sunday with 102. So a bang up weekend, no doubt. And again, they want to finish up strong. So to finish up strong, don't forget, you can still get the show price tickets. Adults are $13. Seniors are $7, 65 and older. Children are 7 to 12. That's 7 to 12 are $7, and 6 and under are free when accompanied by an adult. So okay, it's going to be a little bit. If you can get through today, it's going to be mega warmer for sure the next couple days. And I have to go back and take a look at my paperwork. Okay, we'll take a look at it in a minute. There we go. Oh, you know what? Here, and if it's, you know what, this is where we are. Okay, okay, and it's cold, right? It's cold. Where are we? Where it's cold right here. Okay, if you're in Michigan right now, it's cold right down here, and that's where it is. A little shout out to Sunny Elliott. So okay, and that's a kind of a little bit of NAIS news. The wonder of us having the opportunity to be at the North American International Auto Show for the press preview. We really worked hard, and again, great accolades to Knox and Digital Media for attaining this. And we all had all kinds of, there was all kinds of things happening. The launch of the Corvette. I'm not trying to make this sound like it's old news, but they had some good press conference, some excellent concept cars. And of course, being there's a Windsor Detroit flavor or Windsor Auto flavor, Windsor is trying to diversify. There is no doubt. But in diversification, we still have a mainstay with Fords still in Windsor. General Motors has left. And of course, the Windsor Assembly Plant Chryslers with the minivan. And here it was with the minivan and some of the news that were breaking with the minivan that and I'll just kind of pop up my first couple NAIS slides there after this one. I want to show at least the minivan itself. Okay, so that is, that they call it the Grand Caravan over there. Okay, Town and Country over here, but there it was. And really and truly with the news breaking about, talking about a new product and where it's going to go with Marchione he started kind of yipping through the press, and everybody was saying, don't talk through the press, call a meeting and talk to us. Okay, because really you saw that the minivan, you can see the redesign is coming. They kind of sat it behind a Challenger. It wasn't a main display. The Chrysler 200 they really were taking a look at. The Ram. The Ram truck was the Motor Trend Truck of the Year. The Fiat was a major focus for their displays, and of course the SRT, and again the Mopar exhibit. Big for Chryslers, and they kind of, I'm going to tell you right now, they had a minivan tucked to the back. Even though, my next slide, Alex, please, in regards to the fact that it is, and maybe that's what's happening. Okay, the minivan. It was the 30th anniversary of the minivan, and that's kind of a picture of the little press preview kit they were giving out. So that was a nice little touch for the 30th anniversary. But it really, kind of stung. It kind of stung everybody in Windsor initially when Marchione kind of got out there and said, we're at this point where we got $1 billion to throw around, and you know what? I didn't say it was going to be Windsor yet. And it got everybody started to dance between, you have all the major Windsor journalists and reporters from CBC, from CTV, from Blackburn, from the Windsor Star, all over there, and just waiting for him to say something. And of course he did. And then once he did, then it breaks open. It breaks wide open. That was kind of from a Reuters report in regards to what Marchione was. I kind of had a chat with Ontario officials. I said Marchione went well. Do you understand the issues? Issues are a variety of things. It costs and a variety of things. On top of that, we have to create conditions to be a successful investment. It's that simple. And of course, zoom, the panic begins. We need to find out what he means when he's talking, not making commitments to the Windsor Assembly Plant, and that's what began to happen. So of course, in Windsor Star, and they, he said remains, as far as Jeff Watson, because as far as federal investment, they kind of assisted Fords, and of course we all know, but initially with Chryslers and initially with General Motors in regards to loans and trying to, saving the industry from back in the 2009 crash. So then Jeff Watson gets on there. Canada remains a good place, safe for automotive investment. The federal government won't submit to hardball tactics. So, we just, see, that's what happens. What happens initially is Marchione kind of throws out the hardball. Okay, and here we go. We're not hitting it back. We're grabbing the hardball and we're wheeling it back at Marchione, which wasn't, definitely wasn't a good start. And of course, Watson went on to say that the government doesn't respond to threats. He represents the riding of Essex. If he wants to open up dialogue with investment, he evaluated on the basis of a proposal, not said in the newspapers. And that's really what began. He threw it on the newspapers. I guess it was press preview. And what happens is people just got the reporters and the journalists just bid on it, ran with it, and we had stories for about 2-3 days in regards to what would happen. So of course it gets thrown at the union at the end of the day. Unifor, which was the new name for the CAW, which represents Unifor 444, represents the Windsor Assembly workers and quite a few of the actual supplier plants to Windsor Assembly, and of course. Right off the bat, that's what the new national president for Unifor, Jerry Diaz, said. Absolutely not. Will not open contracts. And it's the same thing. We're talking in the press. Okay, so what happened to the old-fashioned good old days? Okay, let's get back in behind closed doors. Let's talk about it. Let's hammer out a deal. Let's work it out for the best for everybody. We know that as far as what Windsor goes, it would be just devastating. Devastating thing. I guess the last, you want to call it the last nail in the coffin? It definitely would be a huge nail in the coffin, maybe the last one for Windsor Assembly Plant to leave. So again, so here we go. And all this posturing. You got Marchione saying that. You have Jerry Diaz from Uniform having to make his statement. We'll open up contract. When it comes down to talk, everybody's going to talk. But this is how we react to the press, and it just again, it's a field day, and creates so many stories and so many spin-off stories. It's unbelievable. So then we had Eric Hoskins, and Eric Hoskins, he is the Ontario. Now we get the Ontario government, which is where the Windsor Assembly Plant is located, and he was at the auto show. He was with the Economic Development, Trade, and Employment, and he was there, and he was saying, he was told what was going to happen, and he says all he wants to say, and he made the statement, I just want to know what Ontario can do. And again, here's his posturing in the papers. Everybody's willing to come to the table when it's time to come to the table, and it's just to me, again, everybody kind of says, well, that's Sergio, that's what he does, okay? But it doesn't have to. What it really does is the workers that work hard in the plants, even the salaried workers who give their life and commitment to Chryslers themselves, just kind of look at it, and it really spins people out. It really does create a negative connotation, especially when you're being told you're doing so well, and then more hoops are thrown at you. So I never did understand when you how to get better loyalty, to get better productivity for your workers, is to keep them in on what's going on, keep them happy, and I'll tell you right now, you're going to be better off at the end of the day. So, in saying all of that, we had to wait for Reid Bigland. He wants to partner with the government. He made his statements. I think it was in the Toronto Star. I know I can't remember. CBC was with the CBC, and it said it looked a little bit more secure when he finally spoke. And he says we're looking at making substantial statements or investments in Windsor. And that was Chrysler Canada President Reid Bigland told CBC Windsor's Gino Conte on Tuesday. This is right from the auto floor, so a little bit old with the news. And again, it died down once, I think, when Bigland finally got in there. There's still got a few stories we want to talk about, get some information on, but it kind of slowed up. It's a great plant for us. It's doing well. It's got a great future, in my opinion. Okay, and it's just that Sergio or Marchione the CEO of Chrysler's, would not guarantee it. But here we have Bigland saying, we're doing well. It's great. Good investment in Canada, and there was even some statements made that there was a lot of investment made in North America over the last bunch of years, and not that. It was over $2 billion of the $32 billion actually went to Canada. So we got to hope that get everybody there. And going back to the Unifor story just for a minute, of course, polls are thrown out there, and this poll was done, the last list was done right in a timely basis. Like, should the Unifor open up its contract and give concessions? As it met $1 billion for Windsor Chrysler or Chrysler Canada, and of course, out of that, there was about 2,000 votes kind of hit that poll to show you that people were definitely following the story. And at that point in time, it was 55% yes, open up that contract, let him have what he wants. Okay, and of course, no was about 44%. So, anyways, that was kind of some of the NAS news and the minivan, and that is going to be a change coming forward just by how they presented it at the auto show. Like, not kind of, they still want sales, they still want to go, but that new product is coming, and looks like there's going to be a change. And it could be just as significant a change as when the minivan first appeared on the scene 30 years ago. So that is very good. The next stuff we're going to get into is, Alex, if you could give me my next slide, which is our Facebook slide. I'm going to show that one up there for the show of the Facebook. And it's the Thought Police. I always kind of do it the Thought Police because we and the Thought Police are following us, but we're giving them the information. We're doing what we need to do, whether or not it is Facebook, whether or not it is on Twitter, whether or not we use Instagram or Reddit, and of course, I got my story again. Of course, with Robble Bobble, which we'll talk about, or Bobble Robble, which we'll talk in a minute. But the Facebook Karma, okay, so Facebook Karma, throw my Karma up there because Karma means at the end of the day that I saw that, and that's what everybody does, and they watch it. They post, And also, they trade their posts, and they send it out, and they use their phones, and they use their web. And at the end of the day, it's Facebook karma. Careful. It can come back to bite you. And as far as for celebrities and politicians, it continues to do so. Okay, so skip a couple slides up there, Alex. I need to get to this. This is my fun. This is my fun. I applied, you know what? I saw this, and actually it was on Facebook. I was positive it was on Facebook. No, I need this, the senators, the senator one. Back to the senators. Okay, go. Yeah, skip right through it. Get back. I want to show all that my slide on the senators in regards to. I got my pack of senator cards. I'll show you it this way. Oh, didn't that show up? Didn't stay. Okay, that's fine. It might not be there. Okay, so if slide's not there, that's fine. You know what? I'm going to hold up the Duffy right off the bat. These cards were put together, a set by the NDP. I received it from Nathan Rotman, National Director, Canada's New Democrats, and he said they're finally here. They're called the Senate Hall of Shame. Okay, if you're close, are you close? Mm-hmm. Okay, and I'll talk about them all in a minute. But there's a Duffy. Okay, if you're trying to collect them, I don't know everybody. If you know what, if you got different ones than I do, okay, make sure you tweet me and maybe we can do some trades. Okay, I got a Pamela Wallin. Okay, she was a major player as far as one of the senators go, and we're going to read them off. Irving Gerstein, okay, charged in 2011 with violating the Elections Act for exceeding federal spending limits on campaign advertisements. That was a big story. Another big story on the Conservative side, one of the Conservative Party's leading fundraisers, also a senator, and his retirement date is not to the 16th. Okay, we'll kind of put him away. Of course, we have Patrick Brazeau, okay, the new journalist, currently suspended, got expelled. Maybe he's just, I think he's right out expelled. And he made false claims about his primary residence, was charged with sexual assault in the same year. Great choice. 5th Harper appointment. And he's locked in unless, he's expelled for the time being. If they let him back in, he gets to go to 49. And of course, and we have some other, Claude Carginen, okay, and he used to be the mayor of St. Eustache. And leads the Conservatives in the Senate. He's into 2039. Okay, former prominent Conservative fundraiser Leo Husekos. Okay, so he's there. He's been involved in dubious fundraising for Virtual Party in 2008. So these great collector's cards. And of course, Carolyn Stewart Olson, another one. Rewarded for a lifetime work of serving the Canadian people when she was promoted from senior advisor and director of strategic communications for the Harper cabinet. So, and these three here, we got Mac Harb, we got Raymond Levine. So we know they didn't just play with the Conservatives, okay? And if I have to do my research. I don't think I have to do too much. There are no new Democratic senators, okay? None. Okay, so here are three libs: Colin Kennedy, 29 years as a senator; Mac Harb. Okay, he got caught up. He was the first guy that got caught up and having to pay back expenses, $231,000. So, okay, and one more, Raymond Levine. Okay, and he was put in because Christian wanted to make room for somebody. I'm going to make you a senator because we're going to have we have a better chance of winning with this other person. So we'll just get you out of the way, and that's what they did with that. So this was kind of fun, and I was kind of waiting for the cards to come in. It keeps the same flavor. If you want to do any kind of news report, if you want to live stream something, all you have to do is look for Rob Ford, Stephen Harper, and Mike Duffy, and Pamela Wallin, and guess what? You'll have plenty to talk about. I don't even know if I'm going to hit my mark today in regards to getting it done in time. So, Mike Duffy himself from Prince Edward Island, bunch of question marks on the back. Former journalist again. Lifetime, scoop of a lifetime when Stephen Harper appointed him in 2008 was constant on the Conservative fundraising circuit. One place you won't find him too much is in Prince Edward Island. He says that's where he's from. And, of course, we have Pamela Wallin, and he said as far as Nathan Rotman goes, he says that's his favorite. As Pamela Wallin, she crisscrosses the country to campaign for the Conservatives, but for what region she represents, well, that's up for debate. Saskatchewan, Toronto, or even New York, who knows? Okay, and she crosses the country on the taxpayer's dime, and that is, so again, these are my cards. I've got 18, 5, 21, 19, 29, 81, 73, 63, 3, and 15. So, I want to get a full set. So tweet me at Writer Miker if you got something you want to give up. Okay, so anyways, I got that in the mail, and I've been waiting for them. I thought, maybe it was one of those things you just kind of sign up for and you don't get. Guess what? They came in the mail. I got them, the senator cards. Okay, they're a lot of fun, and historical too at the same thing. So that was pretty cool. I got the kid. I don't know what happened to that slide there. That kind of picks me up. Okay, so then we go to Bob O'Robble himself. You put Bob O'Robble up there. I'm trying to think about all the things, okay, and I do that. I just give you that slide again because, yes, he's running for mayor. Doug Ford now, I believe, has moved on. He's going to run for, he's getting out of this thing. I think it's provincial politics. Could be federal politics. He's not running for councillor. I thought he was going to run for mayor. I thought they were going to kind of put Rob in the closet and kind of lock the door. Put him in the closet. Maybe he'll come out, go in as Rob Ford, come out as a skeleton. Okay, and at the end of the day, he's running for Toronto mayor again. And I don't know what he's hoping for. I don't know what he's trying to do. Let's do the first part first, and I'm not getting sympathetic because I still think it's a ruse. I think it's a ruse at the end of the day, and he tried to think that he needs help. He's just got to try to time this to get the sympathy vote, okay, or I'm my own man vote, whatever he's trying to get out of Toronto, out of Harper. I tell you right now, it's just unbelievable. So give me my next slide up there. This is a screenshot slide, okay, of his latest Jamaican English laced rant that got caught and thrown up on YouTube, especially, and it was right after. First, it started with, I've abstinence and I'm being better, and this is what I'm doing, and and I'm going with that, and I'm getting the sympathy for that. Way to go, Rob! You're hunking down, because he does have that core amount of support. He's got Jim Flaherty telling his own fellow members of Parliament to shut up when they're talking about him, about Rob Ford. So he's got that much power behind him. Okay, and then he just got into this. He got caught. It's been thrown up. Bizarre exchange at Toronto fast food restaurant. I got this from this is from the Financial, just from the Toronto Star, and I can't even say some of it. But they said, as far as quoting, they went through the audio. They tried to figure out what was said. Okay, and it was this. It was worse than some of the words he used when he talked about his wife. Okay, and F and this and F whatever, Chief Blair. Cha man, because he was doing that Jamaican thing. They chased me around for 5 months. Bumble o'clock man. I said me and him, and that was part of it. Ford, leave me alone, man. They got 5 months. They're trying to tell me, well, you're counter surveilling the guy. Like he's got this paranoia going on. I'm a hide here. Don't. And again, he uses bad, poor language. This guy deserves me better than Prime Minister Harper, a citizen, saying to him being the best mayor in the world. It is just, you kind of seen, I don't know if it's an I still think it's an act, and until I see that time that he goes in for rehab finally, and he says sorry to everybody to what he did, or actually steps down officially. He's not even mayor of Toronto anymore, okay? And get him to step down. I tell you, it's just, to me, kind of ridiculous to see as it is. So okay, that was kind of the hard thing. No, and not anymore. No, CBC with what's his? Yeah, Peter Mansbridge. Peter Mansbridge was on with Peter Mansbridge. Said, I'm doing this. Way to go! And again, that's kind of just spin doctoring it. And yeah, maybe he fell off the wagon. Maybe that's what he did. But you know what? If you just want to live your life and party, part of it is not partying. Is not part of being the mayor of Toronto. And again, this is even better here. Pull up my next slide. As far as, have you hit the big time? Maybe this is why he was partying. Maybe he was partying at the end of the day because he finally made Jeopardy. Okay, so the Jeopardy question was, thank you very much, Alex. You are Canadian, and keep the Canadian flavor in an American TV show, American game show. In 2013, Rob Ford, mayor of this fourth largest city in North America, first said he smoked weed, not crack. ... Then yes, okay, crack too. Okay, that's before. Maybe he's not doing the drugs anymore, but he's definitely doing the drinking. So anyways, again, thanks, Alex. That was a Twitter. From Daniel D at ddale828. We can kind of look him up, and that's with this. And this was Answering Jeopardy. That was tonight, a couple of days. I retweeted it myself because I thought it was really cool. And I'm trying to beat the Colberts and beat the Colberts and the John Dalys in the world. And so again, just unbelievable as far as what we're trying to do. As far as my next, I'm kind of looking at my time. I don't know if I'm early, late. Okay, as far as I'm watching the clock, but I'm trying to finish off with something good. Something good, if you can kind of look at the slide, put the slide up there for me, Alex. Okay, it's the snow angels. Now, there's no doubt, okay, we're going to get another 1 or 2 inches tomorrow after this cold breaks. I guess we either get cold or we get snow squalls, okay? But the Snow Angels program, again, needs your help. The process is very simple. You know what? They're looking for the students that need volunteer hours or just volunteers themselves. Okay, the process is simple. When it snows, you go to your assigned address. Okay, you get all set up and clear the snow from the city sidewalks within 12 hours of that snowfall, and helping out people in your community, helping out your neighbors. For more information, take a look at the slide. Call 311 or visit www.cityofwindsor.ca /residents/maintenance and field services /snow removal. Registered volunteers will be able to win a free iPad or one of 5 full-year memberships to the Family Aquatic Center. Man, that sounds like a lot of fun. Either way, whatever you win, it sounds like that'd be a good reason to sign up, other than just being a snow angel. So I think that's also a good thing that would help the residents. And there's a lot of people. We're becoming an older community. We must remember that. Some of the kids are either traveling, okay, are away, busy working, can't get out there and help out their parents or their grandparents or their aunts and uncles, anybody that needs help and assistance out there. So you know what, if you can sign up and shovel a little bit extra, that's how it used to be back in the day. And and I think instead of pointing, grab the shovel and clean it up. It helps, and it puts a smile on people's faces, because you know what? Sometimes the seniors don't even want to ask. They don't want to bother people. They don't, they don't know if they have to pay. Okay, and sometimes they can't even afford to pay. Okay, it's really it's tough out there nowadays for everybody. So a little bit of shoveling, a few feet of walk, really can help out quite a few people. So, in saying all of that, we're
give thanks for the 10,000 views on YouTube.
I did.
And also tell them that we are streaming directly in our website.
Oh, okay, yes. And Alex is going to point out, but you know what? He had the headphones on. I did the 10,000 on the 10th. We got the 10,000 views on YouTube. Okay, but now just to kind of streamline things for us in the live stream of things, you can go straight to our website, Knoxstrom Digital Media website, or XC's TV. Okay, get to our website. You can watch it straight instead of having to go in and then layer it down and try to find the live stream. So you can go straight to our website so that you can watch me right now live, only a few clicks away.
And also on Facebook.
And it's also, and we're also on Facebook. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook. It's Facebook Live. Oh,
yeah.
That's something new. Hey, well, Facebook Live, that is big and that's huge. Man, that's interesting. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, you know what? I should have did a little research before I came in today. But this is the Convergence Report. I am Mike Thomas. Again, an excellent show. The best local programming in Windsor-Essex. And I am very shortly, I'm going to go from host, okay, to guest. I'm going to stay over and talk to talk to our next show. Our next host of our next show, Beyond Incredible, Ashley Nicole, and she's going to interview me. Okay, see how I make out. Okay. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll be back next week with a little bit more. Man, Stephen Harper, Bobble Robble, and the whole conservative gang. Signing off.